What is up, guys? A lot of you suggested to make a video about the male genitals. In this video, we're gonna just talk about the testicle parts. Testicles are an important part of the male body, but it's a really weird part of the body. The weird part is that, unlike the other organs of your body, they sit outside. There are two testes that one sits lower than the other one. But this simple part of your body has thousands of gigabytes of genetic information. Every male animal has testes, even insects. But it's cool to know that crickets, compared to their weights, have the biggest testicles in the world. 14% of a cricket's body, it's its testicles. If you want to compare it to a human, it's like having a 100-kilogram man have 14-kilogram testicles. How much weight does this poor insect have to carry around? But you should know also that the biggest testicles in the world belongs to the blue whale, and it weighs 1 ton. And inside that testicles, it holds 3.5 liters of sperm. But the blue whale is not in the lucky department, because there are some people in the world that love to brew beer with the testicles of this poor animal. In Iceland, they brew beer with blue whale testicles, and they're the only ones that really drink it, because nobody else wants it. But let's get to the point. The testicles during sex have the most important role. If you didn't know, during sex, your testicles gather a lot of blood and they get twice the size they actually are. Before a baby boy comes out of his mother, his testicles have already grown and you could see it. But there's a small percentage of babies, they are a boy, they're born, but you can't see the testicles. The testes are there, but it's inside the body. There's a chance that a few months later it will come out, or the doctor says they have to do surgery. The weird part is that the people that suffer from this problem and have to go to surgery have a 40% chance of getting testicular cancer. And scientists don't know why that happened. Have you ever thought, why does the testes hang outside the body? Testes are the most important thing in breeding, meaning if they're not there, there will be no babies. So why isn't it like the brain, heart, or kidneys protected and it just sits outside unprotected? The most important role a testicle has is making sperm. They're always working and they're like a manufacturing machine. And in one day, they can produce up to 200 million sperms. A manufacturing plant that does this much work has to get cooled off. And that is why it sits outside so the body heat doesn't overheat it. They say for testes to produce sperm, it can't go higher than 35 degrees Celsius. And as you know, a human body is 37 degrees Celsius. Basically, if it's inside the body, it will overheat. The way the testicles form, it has like air conditioning. When it's hot, it hangs lower, and when it's cold, it pulls itself up and gets closer to the body. And with this, it gets hotter and colder. And as you know, when it's cold, it gets closer to the body, so it can use the heat inside your body to warm up. And when it gets warm, the opposite happens. If the temperature goes too high or too low, the sperm count could go lower. So we learned that the temperature of a testicle is really important. But for like an elephant testicle, it's not like this at all, because it's inside its body next to the kidney. But let's go see what these testes manufacture, the sperm. A sperm is really complicated, but if we want to make it simple, we could think of it as a memory card. And the thing that's in the memory card is half of the genetic information, and that's for producing DNA. When a man ejaculates, 15.8 terabytes of genetic information releases. That's an insane number, 15.8 terabytes. That means 15,800 gigabytes. If we want to think about the biggest hard drives in the world, like for example, a NASA computer or something similar to that, none of these come close to the testicles. That's how big the hard drive is. So why is one lower and one is higher? Most men have their left testicle that's lower, but some people have it on the other side as well. But doctors say it doesn't matter or it doesn't make any difference. But the reason that they hang at different heights is because of temperature. And when they're not together, they can adjust their temperature a lot better. If they're close to each other or right next to each other, they could overheat each other and that messes up the testicle's job. Basically, it has a harder time producing sperm. In the Middle Ages of Europe, there were so many lies that men would cut off their left testicle, and they would say the left testicle causes you to have a baby girl, and that is why they would cut their left testicle. A lot of them would die in this surgery. Some of them would stay alive, and in the end, they would probably have a daughter again. When science got better, scientists realized that the Y chromosome that causes you to have a baby boy, it's equally in both testicles. And to have a boy, you don't need to cut off your left testicle. Right now, humans have realized that there's no difference about boy or girl, and the chance of either being born is 50-50, and you basically can't choose who you want. Testicles do not only produce sperm, but they produce protein as well. Your testicles are the most complicated protein manufacturing machine, and it can produce up to 77% of the proteins in your body. It can, but it doesn't. A human brain can only produce up to 300 different proteins, but your testicles can produce up to 1,000 different types of protein. There is a reason they have that saying that some men think of with their testicles rather than their brain. Testicles have a type of cancer that is really weird because most cancers are founded in the later ages, but testicular cancer is mostly found in men between 15 and 35 years old. And unfortunately, 3% of men that get testicular cancer die from that cancer, but 97% survive. In this video, we realize that your testicles are one of the most important parts of a man's body, and it's also the weirdest part of a man's body. We can see how most of our organs work, but this manufacturing machine is a lot more complicated than it looks.